turning setbacks into comebacks. They laughed when I failed. They said I was done. But here's the truth. Every setback you face in business is not the end. It's an invitation to rise higher than ever before, because the greatest entrepreneurs aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. Most people think entrepreneurship is about ideas, skills, and luck. But that's only the surface. The real game is played inside your mind. If your mindset collapses, your business collapses. But if your mindset is unbreakable, no failure, no rejection, no loss can destroy you. Today, I'll show you how to turn every setback into a comeback. Not with motivation, but with mental discipline, the way real entrepreneurs think. You will fail. You will lose. You will be misunderstood, doubted, rejected, and sometimes even humiliated. And that's normal. Let me tell you something people never say out loud. Every successful entrepreneur has hit rock bottom. Elon Musk once had to borrow money for rent after selling PayPal. Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. Jeff Bezos lost billions before Amazon even made profit. But what separates them from the rest is how they responded when everything fell apart. When average people fail, they blame the system. When entrepreneurs fail, they study the system. Failure is not a signal to stop. It's a mirror showing you what needs to evolve. You can't control the storm, but you can control your sail. Here's the mindset shift that changed my life. Failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means the version of you that failed has completed its mission. Read that again. That version of you, the one who made mistakes, was necessary. It taught you what doesn't work. It trained your instincts. It built your resilience. But the next version of you is being born right now. That's how entrepreneurs evolve. They die and rebirth again and again, each time stronger, sharper, and wiser. If you can look at failure and say, "Thank you for teaching me," instead of, "Why did this happen to me?" you've already stepped into the rare 1%, the people who can't be destroyed by life anymore. Because now, you're playing the long game. Let's be real. Turning setbacks into comebacks isn't easy. It hurts. You'll wake up some mornings with doubt in your chest. You'll question everything, your vision, your ability, your worth. You'll see others winning faster, and you'll start to wonder if you're broken. That's the emotional war every entrepreneur must face. But here's the secret. You don't fight emotions with logic. You fight them with action. Action is the antidote to fear. When you move, fear has no time to grow. The comeback begins the moment you move again, even when you don't feel ready. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need momentum. When the pain is high, the comeback is near. When everything feels like it's breaking apart, that's usually when something new is breaking through. So don't numb the pain. Use it. Let it burn the weak parts of you away. Because entrepreneurs don't just recover, they rebuild with intention. So how do you rise again after losing everything? Here are 3 mindset codes that every comeback story shares. 1. Detach from ego. Stop trying to prove you're right. Start trying to learn what's true. Your ego will protect your pride, but it will also block your growth. The moment you say, "Maybe I was wrong," you open a door to everything you've been missing. 2. Simplify everything. When things fall apart, clarity is your greatest weapon. Remove what's unnecessary. Focus on one thing, the thing that moves the needle. Every empire starts with a single brick laid right. 3. Stay relentless. Most people fail once, quit, and move on. Entrepreneurs fail 10 times and keep building. That's why they win. Because every time they fall, they rise with more data, more wisdom, and more fire. Think of it like this. A setback is just life collecting interest before paying you back double. But only if you stay in the game. What if I told you? Failure is not your enemy. It's your first investor. Every failure gives you feedback without charging a cent. Every rejection refines your strategy for free. Every loss builds mental equity. The world invests money. Entrepreneurs invest pain. And that pain compounds into wisdom, clarity, and power. When you start seeing your pain as an asset, not a wound, that's when your comeback becomes unstoppable. Because now, you're no longer trying to avoid the storm. You've learned to dance in it. Here's a formula used by top founders when everything collapses. Step 1. Pause. Don't panic. Step back. Breathe. Observe what actually happened, not what your fear says happened. Step 2. Extract the lesson. Every failure hides a code. Ask, what is this trying to teach me about myself, my product, or my strategy? Step 3. Rebuild with precision. Apply the lesson fast. Don't waste time overthinking. Step 4. Reignite your why. Your vision must burn hotter than your pain. When your why is bigger than the setback, the comeback is inevitable. Success is not the absence of failure. It's the mastery of recovery. One day, you'll look back and realize, those moments that broke you actually built you. If life had given you constant wins, you'd never have discovered your real strength. Entrepreneurship is not about building a business. It's about building the person capable of building the business. That's the real prize. So the next time you face a setback, don't ask, why me? Ask, what version of me is this trying to create? Let me ask you this. What's one failure that secretly became your biggest teacher? Drop it in the comments, because your story might be the hope someone else needs today. Remember, every comeback starts with one choice: to stand up again. You can't lose if you refuse to quit. That's the entrepreneur mindset. Subscribe for more entrepreneur mindset and wealth lessons.